New subpoenas from the Justice Department are making waves on Capitol Hill. The department's newly named special counsel, Jack Smith, issued the first known subpoenas as part of its investigations into attempts to overturn the 2020 election. DOJ is looking to speak with elections officials in Arizona, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and all have signaled their willingness to comply. And on the Hill, Chairman Benny Thompson says his January 6 House Select Committee will make criminal referrals to the Justice Department. That announcement ends months of speculation over what the panel plans to do with its findings and comes as Congress spent part of today honoring the officers who defended the Capitol on that fateful day in 2021. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins me now. One of those busy ones, Scott. Let's begin with the January 6 criminal referrals and Congressman Thompson confirming what many had anticipated, but giving a sense that there is something more coming very soon.
Yeah, the chairman says they expect to issue these referrals or referral, but he didn't answer the question that we asked, a few dozen times. Against whom? And exactly when? That really is the bottom line. And at this point, not only is the committee not saying, the chairman's not saying. There's a firm deadline that is staring this committee right in the face. They have to get all of this done. Any criminal referrals and its final written report and any further public hearings by January 2nd. This committee will be shut down at the end of January 2nd as the new Congress comes in. Republicans have been unequivocal about that. So there's a deadline and there's a possibility of referrals. But I'll underscore this, Ed, because it's worth reaffirming each time we talk about the referrals. They would be advisory. They're recommendations, not binding on the U.S. Justice Department, but they come with a certain amount of heft. This committee has amassed credibility and amassed quite a few interviews, hundreds of them in its 18-month investigation.
And, I mean, part of the issue with referral versus referrals, I think other members of the committee were asked today, could it involve the former president? Would it involve lawyers or former Justice Department officials? And they're giving no sense of that as they were planning to meet today to try to make the decision on what exactly to do or who exactly to refer, right?
And they have played fast and loose with projected timetables. They have gone past certain self-imposed deadlines. So when they say a certain day will come certain announcements, we take that with a little bit of flexibility. They have flouted deadlines. They have pushed back their own deadlines, but they're also in uncharted waters. This is an unprecedented congressional committee doing unprecedented things. There's no past study to review to find and firm up deadlines.
And, of course, they're doing all this amid all the other year-end work that has to be done. And an emotional event today in the rotunda of the Capitol as congressional leaders bestowed the Congressional Gold Medal on police officers that responded to that insurrection on January 6, 2021.
This is a distinctive honor. It's rarely given out, only a few dozen times in U.S. history. The Congress, by formal legislation and the president's signature, agreed to give congressional gold medals to the D.C. Police Department and the U.S. Capitol Police Department for their heroics in saving the U.S. Capitol January 6th. Individual officers can get their own replica copies at a later date. But what stood out, to the surprise of many people in the room, if not everybody in the room, was how this ceremony was punctuated. When 4 members of the family of fallen Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick refused to shake hands with Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy and Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell. And they told us after why they chose to do so. Take a listen.
Whatever hold that Trump has on them, they've backstepped, they've danced. They won't admit to wrongdoing, not necessarily themselves, but of Trump, of the rioters.
You don't think they deserved a handshake in this context?
No, definitely not. No, because unlike Liz Cheney, they have no idea what integrity is. They can't stand up for what's right and wrong. With them, it's party first.
Ed, reporters asked Senator McConnell for his reaction shortly after, and he didn't really directly respond to the question, just saying today it was important to honor the heroes of January 6.
Well, indirect answers from Senator McConnell are nothing new. And I think one of the moments that I know stood out in this was when Washington's police chief described that day. I think we have that as well, and we should play it for people to appreciate the gravity of that day and the importance of today's ceremony.
The sound of metal poles and other objects striking the bodies, helmets, and shields may still ring loudly. The air, still thick with bear spray and other chemicals, making it difficult for our officers to see and breathe. The calls for your fellow officer to be harmed just as loud as the day that this occurred.
Important reminder there of what went down that day. Go ahead, Scott, quick.
The numbers here. 140 officers hurt, many others traumatized. There were suicides after January 6th. Chief Conte was speaking for those families and those officers.
Exactly. Yeah, Scott MacFarlane on Capitol Hill, we thank you.